Marcy is just a really difficult mountain, especially with the snow. It's just a lot of up and down. It's not just straight up. Boat sailing, we give you the 50 state high points. This is number 41 for us. So there's a lot of videos I bet you haven't seen. Check out our playlist. Okay, so I'm here at the Adirondack Lodge right now. Number one, it says no camping or sleeping in your car. I don't know. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm gonna make dinner, pack my bag, and by that time I might be able to sleep for like an hour before I start walking at midnight. And then the other thing is it says that you should have exact change. So it's like $18 per day, but 10 after one. But if you start parking the day before, I don't know, because you want to get an early start like I do, then it's an extra $10. So that's $28. And I have a 5 and 20s in my thing, so I'm ended up paying $12. The other mistake I made was I put the hang tag in the envelope, which I dropped in the box. The good thing is, though, they don't have actually numbers associated with the envelopes, so you could just make out another hang tag, and so that's the good thing. So I thought I'd have to pay another $40. But I don't think so. Although I did put the wrong state. Didn't realize when I first glanced at it, I was like, oh, that's New York State. No, it was Pennsylvania was the state of my car because it's a rental. So I'm here renting. I did not think I had time to do this for the summer trip that hopefully Sophie's going to come with me. So I'm doing this. Flew out here and had the rental this weekend. And I'm going to shoot for a midnight start. So I saw some snow on the mountain, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of snow. I'm not sure it's worth having the snowshoes, but I guess I'll carry them. I don't know. And then I think I'd rather have the crampons personally, based on the reports I saw on all trails at this point. It's April 22nd. It'll be 23rd tomorrow. 2025. All right, I'm at the information center here right before the Van Hovenberg Trail to Mount Marcy. This is the quickest route, which is 14.8 miles round trip. Although I think at the sign it said it was less than 7 miles from there. So this place has heated, full water and electrical bathrooms, open 24/7. It looks like they even have a restaurant here in addition to this visitor information center and a little store, but I haven't been here when it's open. The campground is just on the other side. It's about 12:30 now. I'm estimating, so it's about 3,200 miles or 3,200 feet of elevation. So I'm saying an hour for every 1,000 feet plus 30 minutes for every mile of walking. So I'm working backwards to say that dawn is at 6 a.m. So I'd like to, get there soon to the top of the mountain soon after dawn, so that I get back down, get it done, just to maximize the chances, especially if the ground is hard and crossing is difficult. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there's not like swollen rivers or anything like that. Hopefully I'm not going to disturb the campers. There's probably a couple campers at the lean-to because there are a couple cars in the lot. I didn't see many people at the campground. You're not allowed to camp and sleep in here overnight. I've just made my dinner and then I packed my bag, and I didn't actually have time to sleep, even though I got here around 7 o'clock. It seems pretty warm right now. It's about 45 degrees, but there was definitely snow on top of the mountain. I called ahead last week and they said there was 11 feet of snow on some parts of the mountain, so you may need those snowshoes. They say you do. I'm skeptical. I also saw reports on All Trails that said they just found the ground was too scary for them to go up and down, so I'm bringing my ice axe and crampons too. So I'm just all around pretty heavy. I'm also bringing my my stove. I don't think I've ever brought my stove, and I'm bringing a dehydrated meal. I just can't remember when I did another 14.8 mile. I can't remember one that had this long an approach. It's been a while, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it's not too bad, not too arduous. Not as cold as Hawaii was. That was the last one I did. So this would be my 41st state high point here, Mount Marcy, after I did Mauna Kea for my 40th. So wish me luck. Subscribe to Slow Boat Sailing. We're doing the 50 state high points, and we've got a big playlist for you to watch now. Okay, so I'm at the split where we have the ski route and then the foot route, about 4.4 miles in. So about 4 miles in, we crossed the river again. One of the cruxes of the route was the first stream crossing, which was quite difficult under the current conditions. I thought definitely needed 2 trekking poles with my heavy pack. This place is normally said to be, you use snowshoes here. I think at this particular time of year, it's not snowshoes, it's crampons. So I stopped at the 4 mile mark after the second stream crossing to put on my crampons. I suspect if we wait a few more weeks, all this snow is going to be melted and this will be just a piece of cake and you just hoof it. But right now, it's just kind of icy slush with quite a steep slope. It's not even a slush. It's just icy. So that's why you don't want to walk on it with just boots. And personally, I wouldn't even want to walk on this with micro spikes. This is more a crampon slope at the moment, but I'm sure in a couple weeks then it'll be all gone. So I'm just here at the inopportune time, but we do have good weather. It's just taking me a lot longer. I started at 12:30 and it's dawn now. It's like 6 o'clock and still not out of the trees at the 4 mile mark of about 7.4 miles would be the summit. So a little over halfway there, although not half the elevation. There's a lot more elevation to go, so it's going to be even steeper. And it's a lot colder actually than it was overnight because I'm standing in the snow. The second of the stream crossings, there was a little bit of a detour, but this big boulder, and it's kind of this beautiful waterfall behind me and a beautiful view. Hard to see here, but you can actually see the summit here, about a little less than 2 miles away, maybe a mile and a half away. We're gonna keep on this ridge and then we're gonna make a right turn and then go up the slope. Finally, we've been walking for a long time. Okay, 1.2 miles. This is kind of our turn to Mount Marcy. And we're gonna unfortunately have to go down before we go up. Okay, so it says weather subject to severe change. Do not proceed beyond this point without proper gear. I think I have proper gear. The weather actually it's a bluebird day actually. It's 10:30. I hope I can get to the car before dark, but if I can, I think I've got plenty of stuff on my headlamp, and I feel fairly comfortable descending this in the dark. But I think I'll get back before then. The days are longer here up north than I'm used to in Louisiana. So we've got the summit just in sight finally, it's that bald mountain up there. It's got to be it because that's way above where we are. And we're about a mile away, according to all trails. Okay, so we're finally on the final slopes of the Mount Marcy. So it's taken so long to get here. We got 0.6 miles to go and about 400 feet of elevation to get to the summit. Final summit push, you got these yellow blazes, and then you've got these large cairns and also these wooden cairns. So it's kind of hard to miss the route they want you to take. All right, so the only marker I believe is this plaque talking about the first ascent in 1837 and explaining why it's called Mount Marcy after the governor of New York at that time. So it was actually a pretty large expedition. Okay, so I'm going to turn around. So it's about 12:40. Got here about, 50 minutes ago. It took me just under 12 hours to get up here. I think it's going to take me less time to get down. I'm going to mess around with the crampons less if I don't think it's too slippery and try to move faster. But there were some spots on this final ascent where I think some crampons would have been nice. It's those river crossings, but if you know the secrets to them, that maybe that'll save a little time too. Although I think that one river crossing will still be difficult on the way back. But I can do it. I've been more stressed out about descents than this one. But if I do come back after dark, I don't think it's the end of the world, but I'll be mostly climbing during the daytime. Marcy is just a really difficult mountain, especially with the snow. It's just a lot of up and down. It's not just straight up. You're going up and down. It's kind of like, granite is like a lot of up and down, some tricky crossings. This is kind of like a mini granite. So, I think I probably have it rated a little low on the ranking as one of the lower moderates. I would say it's, towards the higher end. I think this is more technically challenging than probably Boundary Peak in Nevada, which I think is rated higher. This is my This is my 41st high point. So the prior one was Mauna Kea in Hawaii, which was more difficult than normal because I had to walk it because the road was closed. It's just this 14-mile round-trip distance up and down, kind of rough terrain, some streams that don't have that run really fast, really cold, that don't have a bridge, make it a little harder. And the sheer amount of snow and maybe the steepness of it, I found it was just too slow in the crampons. Maybe my crampons are not sharp enough. Maybe I need to get some new ones, and maybe I need to get mine sharpened. And I was just kind of standing on top of the ice, and that made me moving kind of slow. Okay, so this is on the way back, but when I was on the way up, it was really dark. But the Marcy Dam is about 2.3 miles. You can't actually cross the Marcy Dam, but you go around it. So there you go. It's about to get dark here. It's about 7:30. Looks like I'm gonna get back in about 8 hours after I summited. So 11 hours down and 8 hours up. 11 and a half hours up and maybe 8 hours back, something like that. Downstream bridge, which is closer to LOJ, the Adirondack Lodge, because the dam doesn't go all the way across, you have this bridge instead. Fortunately, like a mile up, there's no bridge, and you just have to rock hop on a fairly good stream. And the crossing location where they want you to cross doesn't really have a lot of good rocks. Slow boat sailing, we give you the 50 state high points. This is number 41 for us. So there's a lot of videos I bet you haven't seen. Check out our playlist.